Good morning, everybody. So, wait, I have to wait for my co host. Hello, co host.
Give me a sign.
Co host.
Are you there? Where are you? How
Co
old are
host about
you?
myself. Hi, co host.
Hello.
Introduce yourself, co host.
I'm I'm Abby.
And I'm
Introduce
Wicey.
yourself. Under the
I'm
table.
Wicey. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Why are you
I'm
hitting the
sorry. I'm
audience
sorry. I'm
constantly?
sorry.
You are
Ah!
so abusive.
I
You like hit
know.
your audience on your stream. You hit
I
our audience
know.
on the podcast. Like you are
I'm
so
just awful.
abusive.
I'm abusive.
Abusive.
Well, actually, I ordered a like a boomer mic thingy, so I stopped
Mm.
hitting my audience on accident. Because technically, it's just sitting on a stand on my desk, and it's like my desk looks so cluttered, and I'm trying to fix that. But once that part comes in, I will no
Oof.
longer try and hit my audience by accident. Hopefully, maybe.
Hopefully we'll see.
Hopefully, maybe. Um, Good morning, everybody. This is a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time, many, many months, even before like we started the channel.
We
Um,
even were kind of like alluded to it in other podcasts, but we just had to wait for us to be able to do it, really kick
exactly.
it off.
Yes. And the reason why we waited this long was because we wanted to see or watch the Mulan movie. And during the
Which,
pandemic, of course,
yeah,
we couldn't really watch it, and we didn't want to pay $20 for a one-time like
30.
home viewing, all that shit. We ain't gonna pay
It
that kind of
was
money.
30. It was $30.
For that kind of bullshit. Like we ain't gonna pay for that. So we waited until it came out freely on Disney Plus, um, which was in December, and it was even to this day. I know I said I was gonna watch it. I still haven't watched it. I still haven't watched it, and there's reasons for that.
I
Most of
mean,
our
you've been busy.
well, it's not even that. I had since December, so yeah. I mean, over the holidays, yeah, but like, it's I just it wasn't even the fact that I was busy. It was the fact that I chose to read or watch reviews of that movie, and either when I'm reading it or watching it, like it does alter my expectations of the movie. Because let me be honest, I was so
Mm,
excited for this movie,
mm.
and then when there was controversy against the main character,
The
and
lead
her,
actress, yeah.
yeah, the lead actress, when that was a thing, it kind of depreciated my, I guess, interest. And
Um,
then when so yeah, so that happened, and then I'm just like, I don't know, Then I heard like a lot of people complain about the movie, and then I'm like, nah, no, maybe not. But I remembered the moment it was announced there was going to be controversy because it was going to star a white guy in place of Shang, and everyone lost their shit when when that rumor came out.
oh, like I remember that was a long
That
time
was years ago.
ago.
Yeah, that was when it was still like in the beginning
Just
stages of this movie, right?
right, and just whispers and talks of what they were
Exactly.
doing.
Of what they were planning to do. And of course, people lost their shit because that wasn't in the original animated movie.
Oh,
And I remembered, I remembered, um, what is it? I think a lot of people held very high, I guess they held Mulan to a high standard because Mulan was a favorite for a lot of people.
it was a good animated movie.
Right. Hold up. 1 second. Something's wrong. Oh, there we go. Okay. For some reason, it looks like our thing froze. Also, hi, Zamer.
Sorry, we can't do anything for work.
Yeah. Um,
We don't know the problem of working on weekends anymore. We don't.
No, thank goodness.
We don't know what
I'm
that
so
is.
glad that's over. I'm glad I have a consistent weekend, like my free weekends and stuff. Like that's really nice. But anyway, going back, Mulan movie. I didn't watch it. I've only read the reviews. I've seen some. Oh, what is her name? I wish I could. Here, let me see if I can find it. I've seen reviews. I've seen someone who is Chinese who like described a lot of like the good and bad with the movie. You know,
Yeah.
as you know, um,
Is that the girl you told me about? The
yes, and I
lady you
can't
told.
remember what for the life of me.
Hang
Maybe
on.
it's in the
I
Discord.
watched her stuff kind of recently because
Okay.
she did a review of Over the Moon, which we've
Oh
talked about
yes,
previously,
yes.
and she had a lot of information that I, as an American, did not know about. So
Mm-hmm.
give me, oof, I forgot I binge watched a lot of stuff. I forget that I binge watch a lot of stuff in general.
Yeah, no. So while you're looking for
Oh.
that, I was watching her review and how it was disappointing for her. Not like
Mhm.
the movie, but like the cultural kind of aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because I will also say I knew it was going to be westernized. Like it was
Yeah.
definitely going to be westernized because even the animated film was very westernized. Like it just was. And I remember
Like
like
there are
people.
some things that are okay to like westernize,
Mm-hmm.
but then there are other things that are just like that's not okay.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
much not okay.
So with all that, that is the only live action movie that. Oh, I take it back. That one and Lady and the Tramp are the only live action movies I haven't seen. And honestly, I'd rather see Lady and the Tramp because dogs, and I love dogs.
That's
Um,
it.
Over the Moon was a beautiful masterpiece. It was. Oh my god, it was. It hit home a little too close, in my opinion, for me.
D- That's
But
fair. That's
but at the same time, I liked that it did that because I felt more connected to the movie in that way.
because it was addressing some really, really heavy stuff that it's going to end up affecting everybody in
Yeah,
some form or
yeah.
fashion. Admittedly, it did hit a few too many marks, way too close for home for you. But it's like it it just reminded me of how like when I lost people. But I did find her. I am so sorry for mispronouncing her name.
Mm-hmm.
From my stupid
Oh, wait,
understanding, it's
before you start, hold on.
eh,
I don't want anyone to hear my clacking. Okay, now go. I want her to.
clicky clacky.
Yeah, I don't want the clacking over her name. Like, I want her to like.
So I'm sorry. Like I will spell it out if I need to and put it in the chat. But
Yeah.
it's
Mm-hmm.
Ziran J Zhao.
Mm-hmm.
Xiran
Yeah, put it in the chat.
Jay. Uh,
I'd say go ahead and put it in the chat so that people can find her. If y'all want to, look up this person on YouTube. She does really good reviews as a Chinese person, a Chinese yeah woman
mhm.
who likes to talk about the culture in movies such as Over the Moon and Mulan. And honestly, having seeing that kind of perspective was a very big interest for me because I'm a plain old westerner and like
Yup.
I didn't realize how much like I just love learning about all the cultures from the from the eyes of someone who was from that culture and like teach me things. I'm that kind of person. Like teach me all these things.
Yeah,
So
and like that was kind of my big problem with the live action Mulan. It's
yeah, I was
like
about to say.
they're like the clothing was very beautiful. The like
Oh yeah.
scenery is amazing. The architecture, like from my brief understanding of just going down YouTube rabbit holes, it's like the architect looks very accurate and stuff. But the problem is like you know me, Ricey. You know that, like, I know costumes. I know Western costumes, like, amazingly well. Like, I will argue with you about the time period of stuff based off the outfits that are present. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm watching this and I'm like, these are cool. These look like accurate outfits that these people wear, but I don't know Chinese culture to know
Yeah.
if they are blending eras.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I don't know, like, if her outfit technically actually matches her sister, like a sister's or relatives or a neighbor's outfit. I'm like, I have no idea if those outfits are even from the same era.
Right.
Honestly, I have no
So
idea.
let me ask you, because again, I have not seen the movie, but I've read the
Hmm.
reviews and learned about this movie. What is your personal review of the movie? Because you watched it.
I did watch it. I watched it. What was it? Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was all right. Like, I have really major complaints about it. It's like, I will um praise the good stuff. I will praise the good stuff. Like, the outfits look really cool. I think they did some really good things with some cinematography. I even told you at one point that, like, it follows a very similar storyline as the original animated Disney Mulan, and
Mm-hmm.
that it's like she is an outcast. She's a weirdo. She takes her father's place in the army. They go off to fight a war. They fight the Huns or whatever they
Mm-hmm.
are. And then they are like, oh no, the Huns are gonna attack the Imperial City. We gotta get to
Mm-hmm.
the Imperial City. They go to the Imperial City. They save the Emperor. At one point, I told you, I'm like, holy shit! Like, 2 seconds, I'm like, oh, I recognize that scene. That was in the Untamed.
Right, 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 right. Mm-hmm.
um, like, I have major complaints. I think to start with, the thing that stuck with me the longest is that the action scenes were not very actiony.
Damn.
They're
Damn.
not. They're
Mm-hmm.
really, really not. And you know I'm all about, like, really good fight scenes.
Yeah.
Like, I like they're not good. They're not powerful. They seem really too special effectsy instead of really
Oh.
practically.
Mm-hmm. But that, yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
have you ever seen, what is it, Journey to the West? Like, the one with Jackie Chan and Jet Li and the white
Yes.
kid.
Yes.
And that
That was
if
old.
you
Oh
have
my
seen
God.
it, the best thing about that movie, like, it's a really good movie, but the best thing about that movie is that Jackie Chan and Jet Li were told to go at it and they just
Mm-hmm.
filmed it. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what they did. And that was like a beautiful, amazing scene. We don't get that, and Jet Li is a fucking emperor.
I was about to say, oh shit, you're right. He
He
was the
is the
emperor.
emperor,
You're
and we do
right.
not get a fight scene with him, and I am mad.
Oh my
I'm
God,
sorry.
you're absolutely right. Damn, I forgot that he was the emperor.
I'm like,
Shit.
I didn't know. We didn't know that. I'm like, why? Like, he seems pretty cool. Like, it's like, oh, he's getting up. He's gonna go fight.
No,
The
he. Oh
equivalent,
no.
the live action Sean Yu. It's not his name. I think it's like Boricon or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, he's like, oh, okay, cool. We get nothing. He catches an arrow at the end,
Oh,
throws it to
you've got.
Mulan. Mulan kicks it into Boricon and kills him. That's it. And I'm like, this is like, they have an entire scene in, like, bamboo infrastructure, like,
Yes.
scaffolding, bamboo
Yes. Yes. Yes.
scaffolding.
Yes. Yeah.
They are in that for a good 10-15 minutes, and we get like 2 minutes of a fight scene in that.
Are you
And I'm
serious?
mad. Yeah, I'm mad because I'm like, we
Oh no.
know, or at least I know, that you can have really, really cool fight scenes in bamboo scaffolding.
Right. 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 Right.
Because it happens. Like, Jumper had it. No, not Jumper. What was that? The one with Chris Evans and Dakota Fanning.
Wait.
It was around the same time as Jumper.
Oh, I don't remember. I'm looking
But
it
she
up.
had, like, vision powers and he had something. I don't remember. But, like, yeah, they had fight scenes and scaffolding. And it's like, there are fight scenes and, like, bamboo scaffolding
Push.
everywhere. And
You're thinking Push the
yes,
film.
Push.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, I'm just
We
like
get nothing. She
uh
jumps up at one point. They fight a little bit. She jumps back down. They fight a little bit. She jumps back up, and that's it. That's it. That's the entire fight scene with the scaffolding, and I'm mad. I'm so. I'm mad.
I can tell you're getting a little heated because your voice is starting to increase in anger, which is lovely in my opinion.
Enjoy that salt, girl. Enjoy
Oh,
that
oh,
salt.
Joe, definitely. So, okay, so those are your reviews. Let me ask you as a whole, because this is the whole purpose of this podcast. Um,
Yes.
as a whole, do you think that Disney needs to stop with live action? Or do you
Yes.
think that there are some live action you would love to see, but
I would love to see a lot of these in live actions. I'd love because Disney has the budget to do big stuff. Let's take Aladdin. Aladdin, let's be real honest. Anybody in America, and most people around the world, in first world countries anyway, has a Disney movie that they grew
mm-hmm,
up with. That was their
mm-hmm,
Disney movie. Mine
right?
was Aladdin. I'm pretty sure you've said that yours is Beauty and the
Beauty and the
Beast.
Beast. Yeah.
Mine is Aladdin. So I was excited, but I knew I was going to be very judgmental for the live action Aladdin.
Right.
The costumings were great. Even Beauty and the Beast costumes were amazing. Not always accurate, but we can let it slide because it's Disney and it's fantasy. But what I want and what Disney is not doing, I want a retelling of this story with a Disney flair. Yes, that's why I come here. I want high fantasy, I want a lot of fun.
Right.
And that was another problem with the Mulan. They took all the humor out. All of
Oh
it.
yeah.
All of it. It is not funny.
Well,
It's
in
just
most
not
of the live
funny.
actions, they aren't funny. Like, haven't you noticed? Okay, let me actually I need to pull this up. So, when did it start? What was the first
Release.
live action that came out?
I think it was the Cinderella.
It was
I
the
honestly,
Cinderella.
and I think her dress is beautiful. Like I haven't really seen it, but it's like I know that we kind of like
Hold up. Okay, never
had.
mind. I was sneezing. Sorry.
So I know we had like a lot of like creative liberties with the costuming. It was a little like we had some more modern aesthetics and stuff, but I.
I think the reason why okay, this is my opinion. I actually really enjoyed Cinderella as a live action.
Yeah.
Like
It's not my favorite Cinderella story, but that's a different
well,
podcast.
yeah, that obviously.
That's a different podcast.
Yeah. So this is the thing. Like, out of all of the live action remakes that they've done, Cinderella to me was the strongest.
Yeah.
Unless you want to consider like Alice in Wonderland, the Tim Burton one with what's his name?
Johnny Depp.
Yes.
Okay, so
or I forget. So I'm looking at the Wikipedia list of Disney live action remakes. The 101 Dalmatians made in like the 90s with what's her name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
okay, so I kind of put that a little separate.
That's what I thought too, but no, it is included. It is a live action. It is
It is a live action, but what they're doing now is they're having this huge revival of live action and live action remake.
But in this case, that has to be included because it in fact was live
Yeah.
action.
It was, and there was 2 sequels to it, right?
Yes, there was
There's
the
like
101.
102.
Yeah, and I don't. That was the only one that they listed was the 102 live action one.
And then there's one with the white Dalmatian.
Oh, that one is not listed at all. But maybe it's in order.
It may not be a Disney movie because we know that there are a lot of Disney sequels that are not
Disney movies.
Disney.
Right. So this is okay. So this is what I've seen. This is what they have listed, and you can say yes, you've seen it, or no. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book, live action, 1967. Oh, excuse me, 1994. The Jungle Book that was created in 1994. There was a live action that was considered the first.
Oh wait, I think I remember that one. I want to say I never sat down. My parents never put this on to entertain me. I think how I ended up watching part of it was after school care.
See, I think so too. I don't remember seeing the live action of the 1994 live action of the Jungle Book, but then again, I don't know if I have or haven't because they probably would have posted it in what was it? In Aftercare. Which let me go ahead and tell you a story of that with Disney. I was one of the few people who watched Songs of the South in daycare
Oh my god. So you
because they
told
were
me
like,
that
"Oh,
story.
because we were children, okay? We were little kids." And I remember we
Yeah.
all voted on what Disney movie we wanted to see, and none of us saw Songs of the South for reasons. For
Right.
reasons we didn't see Song of the South. However, one girl's like, "Oh, it's one of my favorite movies." Oh no. Um and she's like, "And I can bring it, like it'll be nice and fun and I like the songs." I did not understood I did not understand the implication of what the Song of the South was until I was much older and I was like, "Holy shit. We were in a Christian school and they taught this stuff." We didn't know. None of us knew. And we're like, "Okay." I'm pretty sure she didn't know either, but her parents knew. And I was just like,
I mean,
mm.
on a kind of similar, not really, because Song of the South is fucking racist, but on a
It
kind of
is
similar,
racist.
hilarious line of like, I went to a Christian high school, like you went to a Christian middle school, I went to a Christian high school. My sister convinced one teacher some way somehow she could get away. Like my sister is like the master of like convincing people. She convinced some teacher, super like conservative, closed-minded teacher, to allow them to watch Princess and the Frog at school during class one time.
Dang.
And
That
that,
shit's awesome
like,
though. Princess and the Frog is awesome.
it's not racist, but it's
No.
like this is a Christian school and this is like full on voodoo hoodoo stuff. This isn't like,
There
oh,
were
fairy godmother, good stuff shall come to you kind of stuff. Like, no, this is voodoo and this is using to curse somebody.
that okay, so all right. Fair, that's also really good because there were certain Disney movies we weren't allowed to see because of the magic that they had, and we couldn't watch
We,
magic. But instead, guess
they
what? We saw
had,
Song of the South. Oh
I
my
was
god.
about to say, they had some kind of new bullshit reason to not watch VeggieTales.
Oh god, no! I love
Like,
VeggieTales
we
forever
could
and ever
watch
and ever.
VeggieTales up to a point, and then suddenly, I guess it was because of the new principal or whatever, when, like, my final year's there or something,
Yeah,
just like, yeah, y'all can't watch VeggieTales anymore.
I
It's
always love
like,
VeggieTales.
for
I don't know
no
about the
real
new ones,
explained
but yeah.
reason.
Okay, all right, hold up. We're getting sidetracked. So
What? Us?
yes,
Sidetracked?
so we already talked about the 101 Dalmatians. Have you seen the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland?
With Johnny Depp?
Yes, or
Yes.
the Looking Through the Looking Glass, because that was
I've
another one too.
seen both. I actually kind of enjoy them.
I do too, personally. Now
Not amazing, but I enjoy them.
this is the only movie that I would consider separate from the live action, and that's Maleficent.